Respect is rarely taken from a man in a dramatic moment. No confrontation, no clear betrayal, no warning sign. It fades quietly. One day, people stop listening as closely. They interrupt more. They hesitate less before crossing lines. And the most dangerous part is this. Nothing feels wrong at first. You're still polite, still calm, still being the bigger man. But beneath that calm, something is shifting. Stoicism teaches a hard truth most men miss. Respect is not destroyed by failure. It's destroyed by repetition. Small behaviors, daily habits, moments where you tolerate, explain, or react without noticing the cost. By the time most men realize respect is gone, they're already asking why no one takes them seriously anymore. Today, we expose the habits that do this quietly and how a Stoic man stops them before it's too late. Why respect is a habit, not a demand. Most men believe respect is something you ask for or earn once. They think if they explain themselves better, speak louder, or prove their value, respect will follow. Stoicism rejects this completely. Respect is not a reward, it is a pattern. People don't respect what you say you deserve. They respect what you consistently allow. Every time you tolerate small disrespect, you train others how to treat you. Every time you over-explain, you signal uncertainty. Every time you react emotionally, you give away control. A Stoic man understands this. Respect is built the same way habits are built. Quietly, through repetition. You don't demand respect in a moment. You enforce it through behavior over time. And once that pattern is set, people adjust without being told. That is real authority. Habit 1. Explaining yourself too much. A man who explains himself too much is not being clear, he is being defensive. Most men over-explain because they fear being misunderstood. They rush to justify decisions. They add context no one asked for. They speak before silence has a chance to work. Stoicism sees this as a quiet loss of power. The more you explain, the more you signal that your choices need approval. And the moment your decisions require permission, respect begins to erode. A Stoic man lets his actions stand. He speaks once, then he stops. As Marcus Aurelius warned, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Clarity needs no defense. Authority needs no footnotes. Silence, used correctly, speaks louder than any explanation. Habit 2. Laughing at disrespect. Disrespect rarely arrives openly. It comes disguised as humor, a joke. A comment followed by, "Relax, I'm kidding," and many men smile to keep the peace. That smile costs more than they realize. When you laugh at disrespect, you normalize it. You teach others that crossing your line has no consequence, not because you're calm, but because you're avoiding friction. Stoicism draws a sharp line here. Calm is control. Tolerance of disrespect is self-betrayal. A Stoic man does not explode, but he also does not reward insults with comfort. He pauses. He withdraws warmth. He lets silence create discomfort where laughter once lived. Disrespect stops when it no longer feels safe. You don't need to correct it loudly. You just need to stop accepting it quietly. That shift alone restores more respect than words ever could. Habit 3. Being too available. Availability feels generous, but unchecked, it becomes a liability. When you are always reachable, always responsive, always ready, your time loses weight. Your presence loses friction, and slowly, your value is taken for granted. Stoicism teaches that energy is currency. What costs nothing is rarely respected. Men who answer instantly, cancel their priorities, or stay endlessly accessible send a quiet signal. I have nothing more important than this moment. A Stoic man moves differently. He chooses when to engage. He protects his focus. He allows absence to create gravity. This is not arrogance. It is structure. People respect what must be scheduled. They value what is not endlessly available. When your time becomes selective, your presence becomes meaningful. And without saying a word, respect begins to rise again. Habit 4. Reacting emotionally. Under pressure, pressure reveals rank. When tension rises, most men react immediately. They raise their voice. They rush to defend. They let emotion decide the next move, and in that instant, control is gone. Stoicism teaches that the man who controls his reactions controls the situation. Emotion is not weakness. Unmanaged emotion is. Every visible reaction gives others leverage. They learn what provokes you. They learn how to move you. A stoic man pauses. He creates space between stimulus and response. He lets silence absorb the pressure. He answers when others are already unsteady. As Epictetus observed, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Stillness under pressure is not passive. It is dominance without noise, and people feel it immediately. Habit 5. Tolerating what you secretly resent. Nothing erodes respect faster than tolerated resentment. Many men endure behavior they dislike to avoid conflict. They stay quiet. They tell themselves it's not worth it. But inside, irritation builds. Stoicism sees this clearly. Resentment is not patience. It is a signal that a boundary has already been crossed. When you tolerate what you resent, you send a dangerous message. My peace is negotiable. Over time, others feel this imbalance. They sense hesitation. They push further. A stoic man does not complain later about what he accepted earlier. He addresses it calmly, or he withdraws access. As Seneca warned, he who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man. Peace requires enforcement. Without boundaries, calm becomes self-erasure, and respect disappears with it. Why strong men lose fewer words, not fewer people. Strong men are often misunderstood. They are accused of being cold, distant, or difficult. In reality, they are selective. They don't argue to be understood. They don't explain to be accepted. They don't chase alignment with everyone in the room. Stoicism teaches that clarity is worth more than connection, and alignment matters more than approval. Weak men lose people because they cling. They negotiate boundaries. They dilute themselves to stay liked. Strong men lose fewer words. They stop over-talking. They stop justifying. They stop performing for attention. As a result, fewer people drift away, because only the wrong ones do. Respect grows in spaces where standards are felt, not announced, and silence becomes a filter that protects both your peace and your presence. Respect is enforced. Quietly. Respect is not rebuilt through confrontation. It returns when behavior changes. You don't need to demand it. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to correct everyone who crosses a line. Stoicism teaches a quieter approach. You stop the habits that leak authority. You tighten your boundaries. You control your reactions. You reduce your words, and slowly, the world adjusts. People speak more carefully. They hesitate before testing you. They sense something solid beneath your calm. Not because you became aggressive, but because you became consistent. Respect is not something you chase. It is something you maintain, enforced through silence, protected through discipline, and felt most strongly when nothing needed to be said. That is Stoic power.